Hello, everyone. I'm Marcus Trimble, and I am an investigative journalist with the Sunrise Times. I have been doing journalism for the past 15 years, and by far, this case is the weirdest story that I have ever worked on. It started a year and a half ago when my editor brought to me a letter that was from an anonymous person, which happens quite often, so it was nothing of note. However, this letter really stuck out to me. It started out immediately with saying that I wasn't able to go visit Hayville, that they wanted me to report without entering the town. And that is something that immediately seemed odd to me. Usually people that write anonymously or write false tips, they want the attention. And things only get weirder from there. The specificity of the details that they put in that letter, of things going on, of people involved, without naming their own name, leads me to believe that there is some form of threat down there. And as I started looking deeper, there was very, very little online about Hayville. There were no news reports, there were no obituaries, there was no school records, and that is extremely, extremely odd. Everything has a digital footprint now. And so as I got down there, against the wishes of this writer, I started feeling very strange. The entire area was filled with this tangible tension. And I quickly found out that there was a plane crash in 1963. That plane crash, ever since then, is when things started getting very, very weird for Hayville residents. A lot of people have speculations around it. The town members that I had talked to were very hesitant to talk to me about any of it. And that is immediately a red flag. So we got all of our resources behind us to do this investigative report for you. And I hope that this sheds light on Hayville and the issues that they're facing, and also perhaps some paranormal aspect to this. Now, I don't believe in the paranormal. I obviously stick to things that I can fact check, but this is something that I believe there's something more nefarious going on. There are too many coincidences between the plane crash, between where it landed. There were no survivors reported. And from what I can hear, and from what I've seen, the wreckage no longer exists, nor does anyone have any recollection of when it was removed. And it was out in the middle of nowhere, and so to have that airplane wreckage transported away from that area, it would have been expensive, and it would have been illogical. So please join me on this tour through Hayville, and together we will uncover some very strange things about the people and also the way that the town runs. Thank you.
Welcome back, everyone, and I appreciate your patience earlier. We're going to get a suggestion now from the audience for something that is smaller than a basketball. If you want to just type it in the chat. Ooh, I heard a peanut. But before we get into this, I'm going to go back to Dave's Chicken because I really enjoyed that commercial.
Hey y'all, Dave here from Dave's Chicken Licking Egg Depot, the only egg producer that individually licks every chicken and egg that leaves this here place. I can personally guarantee that none of my eggs are poisonous. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here making this here ad. Now, what other company out there is willing to put their lives on the line and individually inspect their products with their tongues? It just doesn't happen. Now, I have individually licked so many eggs, my tongue is callous. It's like the back of an alligator's head. and I do it for you. So come on down to Dave's Chicken Lick and Egg Depot and I'll let you lick one of my many eggs.
Hey, my name is Gregory Olson. I've been a part of this town here for, ever since I was born. I was born in 1948, and I definitely lived through the plane crash that y'all are up in arms about, and to be honest, we've had some reporters in here before. They can never find anything because we're just a bunch of sweet old people, right? We've got our community. We go down to the water basin once a week and we play shot put. And it's all of these things, and all of a sudden these reporters come in and they're like, hey, there's this mysterious plane crash. But honestly, it's like, yay, planes crash, But a little thing about me, I'm a little skeptical about things. But there is one thing that I need to tell you, that people that come in here expecting to stay, they tend to go missing sometimes. And it's like, we do have the highest missing person rate in the history of whatever. I don't know. And I think part of it's because all of those people went missing from that plane crash, and so it's like skewing our numbers. I mean, we're a town of 112 people. It's not like a huge percentage is going to really skew us over. So yeah, based on population, obviously we're going to be skewed that way. But, we have to, and obviously since we've had a lot of missing people, whatever. I just kind of stick to myself, and I run in city council, so I help kind of mitigate the fear that goes around here, because a lot of people, they'll start these weird rampages where they'll be like, hey, I think that people are going missing. And I'm like, hey, don't even worry about it, And so they kind of calm down from there, and then I give them a candy, like a Tootsie Roll, and that usually calms them down. And I just want you all to know, like, Mr. Marcus, I want you to know that our town is normal. So you can just pick up your stuff, pack it away, and go back to whatever large city you're from, because we don't want you here. And before you get hurt or missing, you should really, really head back to your hotel or domicile or whatever you call it. Now, I gotta get back to my Johnny Carson. I'm rewatching it for the 15th time. And this is my favorite episode where they throw water balloons at each other. So, thank you and goodbye.
Wow, very interesting stuff. Very interesting stuff. Well, for our next piece, I'd like to hear from the audience here for a suggestion of something from the 1990s. Ooh, I heard Pogs, Rugrats, Slap Bracelets. These are all great. I'm just going to go with Pogs and Rugrats together. Pograts. Ooh, Skitball. I don't even remember Skitball. Oh, I do remember the baggy clothes. I once wore pants that were probably wider than my entire body, and I regret it. I think I regretted it a few weeks afterwards. Alright, great. So we are taking you to our next piece. And we're going with Rugrats and Pogs.
All right. So, I've been here for a very long time too. There's this thing that my grandson's into. He's into these like cartoons or whatever, And I believe that there's a lot of weird things the kids are into these days that I wasn't into when I was growing up. I just went out and I hunted, and I wish that we could have all these different people just really get up off of their lazy butts and go out there in the forest and start taking down some of them deer. It's not too much to ask, but instead they're like, no, I just want to flip these little corn thingies, and I want to watch these little babies in cartoons. And it's like, come on, I served in a war for this. Anyway, you're asking me all these questions about our town, and you want to know kind of who's around and that kind of thing. Well, I've always found the mayor to be a really shady person. He's always trying to stop me from doing the things that I want to do. And honestly, it's like, okay, mayor, I know you control everyone. Everyone listens to you. But honestly, at certain times, I just want you to stay back, go spoil your riches, go do your own thing. And I just want all of my 7 children to grow up not being afraid of going missing. Is that too much to ask? It's like, plane crash this, missing people this. And it's like, can we just have a calm Saturday? Can we just go down by the lake, kick our feet in the tadpole water? And everyone's looking at me like, oh, wow, he's not conforming. We should take him out. Well, you know what? I'm not going anywhere. No one's kicking me out of this town. I've gotten 8 to 10 notices to get out. And they're trying to ban me. I'm not getting banned. You know what? The only band I enjoy is Tim McGraw and his, collective of children beasts. Anyway, I think you need to go, though. Because every time someone comes in here asking questions, people go missing. And I'm tired of it. Just leave us alone. And honestly, you may go missing. And I can't do anything about that. So please, take your time. Go look around. Go get the gift shop. I sell a lovely t-shirt there. It's got a picture of the Muppets on it. And they're all wearing camouflage. And they're all hunting each other. It's really great. I wish that you could have been there when I saw that. I was doing a lot of acid when I was 17. It was a beautiful journey. I need you all to understand that I'm a good person. And don't judge me for the things that I may or may not have done or will do in the future. Thank you. Yeah.
Has your refrigerator died on you? Has your dishwasher given up the ghost? Well, I've seen many a person be afflicted with such a terrible tragedy. Here at Apply Answered Prayers, we will be your salvation, and we will get you back to the center within. For you cannot serve the Lord your God while your kitchen is crumbling down. Prove me wrong. All of our appliances come pre-blessed. That means anything you cook in them, wash in them, refrigerating them, will come out blessed every single time. Prove me wrong. Now, we are also the only appliances that come with a salvation guarantee, which means if you buy one of our beautiful appliances and you die and you do not go to the everlasting heaven with the Lord your God, I will personally refund every penny that you have spent with me. I swear to God. And no, that is not taking the name of the Lord in vain, for I have sacrificed many a beautiful lamb to swear this oath unto him. Prove me wrong. As it says in Ezra 10:19, for they pledged unto God their wives, and being guilty, they offered the ram of the flock for their offense. Well, here at Apply Answered Prayers, we have your front and your back, and God has your soul. Prove me wrong. And although we do offer 10% fees on all of our appliances, that goes to tithes and offerings and business expenses of the Lord. For the Lord our God is our CEO, our president, our chairman of the board. Now, it's time for you to join the flock of all of our satisfied customers at Apply Answered Prayers.
Wow, interesting stuff. I'd definitely buy that product. Well, here we are, asking for another suggestion. Can we get a suggestion of somewhere people will gather? I'm not going to say that one out loud. And public bathrooms is pushing it. Let's go with cemetery. We'll be taking cemetery, and we have our next piece coming up soon.
Hi. My mom says that she didn't want me to talk to you guys, but I really wanted to talk to you guys. Because a lot of the adults, they don't like me to talk to people that are from out of town. They say that I'm giving away too much, and I don't know what that means. So I just really like talking, and I really like spending time at the cemetery. I like running around all the tombstones, and I love reading all the names. And then one night, I saw someone dig up a couple of the graves. It was crazy. It was insane. And then I told my mom, and she said, shh. We don't talk to people about that. It's something that we all do together. And I don't know what that meant either. I hope I'm not saying too much. Last time I spent a whole week in the well. And I didn't like that at all. So, don't tell anyone I told you this. But I once heard the mayor say that he was in control over everything, and I don't know what that meant. I don't know what it meant, but I do know that it scared my mama. Anyway, I was playing at the cemetery just last night, and I wish that you were there too. That would have been so fun, Marcus. Because then we would have jumped over Tombstone and said, don't fall in the holes. Because when they dig them up, they don't refill them. Because that's just, they tell me that that's rude. And so I don't do that either. But sometimes I lay in there because I like to feel the coolness of the dirt. Anyway, next time you want to come play with me, I'll be at the swings. My mommy says that they won't give me tetanus if I pray to God enough. Thanks. You guys are fun.
Hello, dear constituents of Hayville. It is me, your Mayor Charles, back once again, as it is re-election year. I have had the honor of being your mayor for the past 7 terms, and I look forward to the next 20, 30 terms. Now, I remember when I came in as mayor, a lot of you felt that I did not have what it took. Luckily, my running mate died a week before election. But aren't you glad that happened? Now, I want you to recall all of the great things that I have done for you. Who got you that park down on 7th? I got rid of those retirement homes and put in a place the whole family can enjoy. Now, Maria Santarelli is a lovely person. But let's get down to it. She's never been mayor. Maybe there's a reason for that. I would not be surprised if Maria Santarelli's entire family was filled with murderous gypsies. They probably lived in some scary place like Chicago. Now, I don't mean to frighten you, dear citizens, but think of what that would mean.
If her blood ran red with murderous intentions, what if she came in here to destroy your homes? Even worse, what if she came in here to remove your television from you? Can you imagine someone like that as mayor? I bet she would welcome the aliens back. You remember when I saved you from that alien invasion last year? You're lucky you didn't even have to see them aliens. I took care of it for you. Because that's what kind of mayor I am. Now, I know what you all are thinking. When is it time to vote? I can't wait to vote for Mayor Charles. Well, you know what? I will have donuts this year at the polling booths, as I always do, because I know you. So next Thursday, I want you all to go down to the polling booth. We will have a limbo party. We will have a piñata for you. And you just sign your name next to Mayor Rudolph Charles. And you'll be invited to the after party. And I wasn't supposed to say this, but I booked the Dixie Chicks to play at the after party. Now, who takes care of you? Mayor Charles. Always has, always will. Stay golden, Hayville. Get me some water. Get me some water. I'm Mayor Rudolph Charles, and I approve this message.
Wow, he'd get my vote. I think most of us can agree. That is one great politician. Alright, so can we get a suggestion in chat of a professional relationship like doctor nurse or accountant and CEO? Somebody wrote shepherd and sheep. You're looking at a sheep right now. You gotta try harder. A chicken farmer and chicken. I don't know too many professional chickens that Okay, let's go with janitor and principal. Janitor and principal. Or custodial engineer, if you want to fancy it up. Alright, we take you to our next piece. Thank you, everyone.
Well, hey, aren't you a new face around here? Yes, they call me the town beauty, and I can't blame them. God just blessed me this way. Well, if you want gossip, you came to the right girl. I love gossip. So, just ask me what you want to know, and I will tell you. Oh, yes. Okay, well, the mayor? Oh, my goodness. I have tried to date the mayor, and he just keeps putting me down. And it's honestly a little rude because, the town powerhouse should be with the town beauty. But, I've got to make my living. And I was a custodial engineer for a very long time, and it just wasn't right for me, Like, there are quicker ways to make money. Yeah, like, you got to get your hands a little dirty, but, like, you walk away with so much more cash. I mean, look at the lifestyle I live. And it's like, why am I still single? It's like, I have the money, I have the looks, I got the personality, and it's just like everyone tells me that I'm crazy. And it's like, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. And it's hard to keep relationships. They either go missing or they die, or they break up with you and then they die, or they break up with you and then go missing and then they come back and then they die. But it's just hard. That's kind of life sometimes. Do you know what I mean? Oh, the plane crash. Yeah, that was wild. Yeah, I've heard a lot of stories, and ever since then, it's like all of a sudden you can't talk about the plane crash, and you can't even like look at the plane crash, and it's like, but why? You know, it's just a plane crash. Yeah, everyone went missing. But guess what? They went missing probably for a good cause, you know? And then all of a sudden people are like all upset about these graves being dug up, and it's like, come on, they're already dead. It's just dirt and bones, and sometimes their eyes look at you and it makes you feel a little creepy, but then you find out that they, had a really nice wallet in there, and then all of a sudden you've got a grand piano. It's just like people just don't understand opportunities. They don't understand that you can really move social classes. And so all of a sudden, like, I'm the hottest talk of the town. So you tell me what that's worth to you, because to me, that's worth a lot of money. But anyway, are you rich? Call me.
What a lovely person. I love her. Alright, well, speaking of wholesome, can we get a suggestion of something wholesome? Everyone likes wheat. But you're seeing wheat on the screen. Ooh, I'm liking these. I'm liking Disneyland. I'm liking Bob Ross and Grandmothers. Somebody said something wholesome, but based on the comment history, I don't think there was a wholesome thought. Okay, we are going to go with Grandmothers. I guess multi-wheat can be wholesome. Scrabble knitting. Do you knit with the Scrabble pieces, or do you Scrabble with the knitting needles? And here we go to our next piece.
Hey, I know you've been trying to talk to me for quite some time, but I'm a busy man. I'm the mayor of this here town, and to be honest, this town is so wonderful. I don't think there is a single thing off about this town. Now, I love journalism. I think it is one of the most admirable careers if done correctly. And I don't think that you're doing a very good job. I think that you're asking a lot of questions. A lot of my people are coming to me saying that you are being a little intrusive. They say that you're walking around at night, looking through people's trash, and that's weird. And I am gonna have to ask you to leave if you can't act like a professional. There are no secrets to this town. That plane crash thing, that is just a bunch of tomfoolery. It is not anything to be concerned about. The people going missing, sure, that was odd. But guess what? Everything since has been very, very good. I've made sure of it. I have made sure that everyone knows that that plane crash meant nothing. And you should take that to heart. You should write an article about how Hayville is the most wonderful, wonderful city. And if you don't, I have my ways. I have my ways of getting a good story across. And as you can see, would I be this wealthy if I didn't know what I was doing? If I didn't know, if I couldn't be the best mayor of all time, do you think I could afford these ivory mantelpieces? Do you think I could afford a bed that is crafted solely out of peacock feathers? I think not. And I think you are a lower end earning person that is jealous of my riches. That's how you are coming across. And I think that you need to leave as soon as possible. Because there is nothing going on here that is worth any of your time. It is not acceptable for you to be here. We did not ask you to be. Okay, a letter. Okay, that could have been from anyone. Okay, I don't know who wrote the letter. No. And if I did, I would take action against that person because it is wrong. It is falsified. It is damaging to the beautiful home that I have created here in Hayville. When we get people that are disruptive to the Hayville community, we take care of them. We curate the most beautiful, inviting, comfortable city that we can. And I will not let someone like you, a disruptor, come into our town and ruffle feathers and go all over the place thinking that you own this town because I own this town. And since you stepped foot in it, I own you now too. And I offer you this. If you would like to stay in our town, then you must come to my offices and we will make sure that you have a wonderful time and also that everyone else in the city has a wonderful time too. And if you refuse, don't refuse. We'll just leave it at that. Now, Rudolph Charles, 2020. Love you. Grab a sticker on your way out. You look cute.
Yo, it's Mickey G in the house on the corner of Lancer and Thames. You see this? Storefront, 5-month lease. Yeah. Alright, I know y'all tired of those cell phone companies eating up all your hard-earned cash. Well, so am I. I bought up the only cell phone tower in Hayville, yo, because I know a good business idea when I see one. I give you 16 whole blocks of service. So you can just say, uh-oh, bye-bye, T-Mobile. Oh, Verizon? Bye-bye. AT&T? Oh, mercy. ATM mother flippin' T? Oh, bye-bye. Whenever you go into the town square, I can guarantee you service. Sally's Sewing? Covered. Bill's Auto? Full bars, yo. Tim's Restaurant? Not yet, but one day, probably. And you know what? I'ma only charge you half of what those guys are charging you. I'll even offer you the bro plan. That means you get 3 other bros to sign up for this? I'll give you a free hookah pipe for free! All at Mickey GT&T, yo. So come on, get a plan or just go burn all your money, cause that's the same thing. Mickey G out.
Okay. From missing bodies, to airplane crashes, to threats by the mayor of the town. I have been threatened a lot, and by mayors, sure. But the invite to go to his offices it felt coded in something. It felt coded in an ulterior motive. And that is one of my gut feelings about this mayor. I feel like he has such a handle on this town, and it's more important for him to make a utopia than it is to serve human rights. And I will not stand for that. I will uncover what is going on here, because I will not be threatened, and I will not be kicked out of a town. That only makes me want to stay more, because I know that if you're trying to kick me out, there's something deep here. And I went to the cemetery yesterday. I saw the empty graves. It looks just ripped apart, taken apart. I think there are maybe 1 or 2 graves, the newest ones, that are not dug up yet. And that is, it's baffling. It's baffling that people can have such a lack of moral integrity. Now, as I was talking to the different town citizens, they unanimously said one thing. And it was a repeated phrase, and they all said it the exact same. They all said, the mayor is our leader. He is the one that cares for us. We all have a part, and we must all do our part. They said it that way exactly, like robots. It was harrowing. It was harrowing. The fact that these people don't have almost free agency, that they've been taking away that from fear. And the fact that I was threatened that I would not be around, that he was going to somehow take care of me. It's absurd. And the biggest thing I want to know is why. What is in it for him? Why is the mayor so controlling? And what does it have to do with the rest of the people? He doesn't have any political gains that he wants. He has no aspirations beyond Hayville. So what is he either protecting and covering up? Or what are his ulterior motives? I think we're close. I believe we are close to finding out. And he won't get away with this. And I know journalists have tried in the past to uncover this. And I know in my research that a lot of journalists have gone missing because of their research here. That was their last project before coming to Hayville. Hayville was their last project. And they went missing. We still haven't found 3 out of 5 of them. 2 of them are, as sad as it is. I don't know. What have I gotten myself into? If this is my last story, then I better break it open. Wish me luck.
Good evening, Hayville. It's me, Jonathan Ryan, with Hayville News at 9. This has been a wild week. Jimmy Knowles is still stuck in the well. The 12-year-old boy is expected to be in there for at least another 2 to 3 weeks. Or at least until someone can discover a solution on how to get him out. We have meals prepped for the boy throughout the rest of the week. And if you'd like to write him a letter, he can't read. So there's no point. This Thursday is our annual beauty pageant. So bring your most attractive children to City Hall at 6 p.m. and leave the ugly ones at home. This year's prize is half of a honey-baked ham, a large improvement over last year. Gregory O. was caught stealing from the bank, and we were forced to strip him of his title of Best Elderly Man in Hayville. Lazarus A. has been around town telling people once again that he spent some time in space. Space. As if that's a thing. The man has since been banned from our town, no longer able to show his face among our streets. And speaking of banned, last month we sent Jeb out to find God. He came back empty-handed. He has also been banned from our town. That makes 5 bans this month, a very steep decline over July and June. Now I'd like to turn our time over to the weather with Tuna.
Thanks, Tomathan. As you can see here, we are in for quite the week. Today's gonna be a lovely 72 degrees, so take advantage of that with your families at our No Old People Allowed community park. Now, Tuesday we're gonna see temperatures rise to 152 degrees Fahrenheit. Then on Wednesday we're gonna see a hailstorm the likes of which we have never seen. It is gonna destroy 90 to 95% of our roofs. But isn't spring the best time for home renovations? So on Thursday, we're gonna see a group of tornadoes combined together into one super tornado. It's estimated to go right down Main Street, where it'll pick up a couple of our gas stations, turning it into a super fire tornado. Now, isn't that exciting? But don't worry, because on Friday, we are gonna see a lot of flooding. It is gonna put out most of the smoldering remains of our homes and businesses. So tell me God doesn't have a plan. Then, on Saturday, we're gonna see a lot of locusts. They're gonna come in from the mountains. They're gonna eat most of our crops and all of our hair. And don't forget about the toenails. They will sweep right over those. And I can tell you, I sometimes get cravings. Then, on Sunday, we all know what day that is. It's the end of the world. And we all know once we get to heaven, we're gonna have to fist fight for position up there. So please take advantage of our channel 4 Yoga in Place, where you can stretch and get really ready for that brawl of eternity. Thank you so much for tuning into the weather. And as always, I'm Samantha Tuna. And this has been Weather with Tuna.
Welcome back, everyone. That was great. This weather that we've been having has been a little bit wild. I'm glad to see something that's a little bit closer to reality. Alright, can I get a suggestion in chat of a location from your favorite movie scene? That's not how you spell scene, but I don't care. Skeen. Scenery. It's all the right letters. Wow, a lot of great suggestions. The first suggestion I got was Hogwarts from Harry Potter. Also Harry Potter 2 and Harry Potter 3, and I think some of the other Harry Potters. Alright, we'll take you to our next piece with the suggestion of Hogwarts.
Hey, sir. I didn't see you there. It's crazy. It's crazy. There's bugs everywhere. It's summertime. This is my best time. This is my best time. So I'm out here just spraying the books. There's a rat right there. You can tell. There's a little pitter patter of their feet. You can hear it. Keeps me up at night. I'm like, yeah, that's a 12-ounce rat. That's a 12-ounce rat right there. We're just getting. Oh, you hear that? There's a little chickadee. Chickadee. That's what I call him. It's a cockroach.
Anyway, essentially, like, I do all the bugs here. And I take care of all the creatures that infest people's homes. And it's like, oh yeah, there's flowers or whatever. Someone's got flowers in there. Flour. You know, the kind you bake with. Anyway, you get the flour, and then you got the weevils in there. And then I'm in there spraying it. And then they're like, hey, I can't eat this flour anymore. You just spray chemicals in it. And I'm like, well, you know, you shouldn't have gotten weevils in the flour. But, anyway, the grossest thing I ever saw. It was the grossest thing. There was this pig, right? It was a big old pig. Warts all over. Just covered, head to butt. Covered with warts. It was crazy. And it was like, someone's like, hey, can you get these off? And I was like, no, I'm not a pig, pig doctor or whatever you call those guys. But I did take care of the rat problem that they had, because that's what I do. But also, like, sometimes it's hard because sometimes I do things that I don't want to do. Sometimes some people ask me to do things that I don't do and I don't feel comfortable with, but then they tell me that I have to do the things. You know, it's like, I became an exterminator because I would always play with magnifying glasses and I love burning ants. And so I was like, oh, if I could get paid for this, that would be a dream. And then someone was like, hey, you can. And I was like, cool. And then, so I wanted to do that, but then all of a sudden they're like, hey, you got access to pretty strong chemicals, huh? And I was like, yeah, they're pretty strong. I mean, I got them organized by color, and it makes it like a cool little thing. But then, they said, hey, we want you to, exterminate something else. And I was like, oh, like what? Like a snake or like a scorpion? And I was like, I can exterminate a scorpion. That would be fun. But they were like, no. We want you to exterminate a person. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that. And they're like, well, you know how those people got banned? And I was like, yeah, I don't want to get banned. And they're like, well, you gotta do some stuff for the community. We all have our part to play. But anyway, I shouldn't be saying this. They get really mad when I say things. Did you? I hope you talked to them and told them that you were coming to talk to me. You didn't. Okay. Well, no, it's fine. It's fine. I'll just figure something out. It's all good. I think you're great. I think anyone that comes into this town should stay in this town. I think they're all the best types of people. I love the groups. I got my book group. I got my Texas Instrument Calculator group. I got my law book reading group. I don't understand most of that stuff, but it's fun. And I don't want any of that to go away. So I hope I don't have to do anything because you're here. I like you. You're a cool guy. So, I didn't say anything. And here's some chemicals for you for a souvenir. Thanks. Okay.
That was definitely an interesting person. Poor man. Well, can I get a suggestion of an extreme profession? And it can't be an exterminator. A body modificationist. Do you go to college for that? The top of a spray bottle is a great prop, I agree. A stage magician, very extreme. But it's not real magic. So they should be safe. Bareback skydiving. I don't know if that's a profession. Apprenticeship, that is very dangerous. Just living as an apprentice. I think we'll go with a pro snowboarder. Ice cream scooper, that is extreme. Everyone loves underwater welding. I don't know why that seems to come up. Okay, we are going with pro snowboarder. and we take you to our next piece.
Listen, man, you have got to get out of here. I am not joking around. You have to leave. All right? I know what you're thinking. You think that I am trying to control this entire thing or whatever, trying to get rid of it. I'm just a figurehead. I am just a puppet in this town. I am a puppet. That's it. You know, they bring people in, and I don't know if it's some sort of weird, like, power trip or whatever, but I'm not in control. I'm not in control. I can tell you who is. Oh my gosh, I think they're here. Listen, I just want you to know, like, no hard feelings, and I did not mean for any of this to happen at all. You know when you get really afraid and, like, someone has power over you, and then you just have to accept it, and then all of a sudden you start getting nice things, and you start getting money, and you start getting all of these things because you're covering up some stuff, and then they're in charge. Like, that's what I'm talking about. It's like, it's addictive. You get addicted, but you know what? It's gone too far. It's gone too far. They've threatened me. They've threatened my family, and it's... I feel like they're listening. I feel like they're listening. But I promise you, I'm just a puppet. There was this guy, he almost broke the news. He almost shattered everything. He was coming in. We've got a very small but very eccentric ski slope in our town. It's small, but it's interesting. So he came down just for the weekend. He was professional, or whatever that means. But he was using it, and all of a sudden he started messaging out to the world everything that's going on here, everything that's happening, everything that is, and I don't know how he figured it out. I don't know if people just told him or what, but the secret was out. And then all of a sudden he was gone. He was gone, and I knew I couldn't say anything. And that was years ago. I've been mayor for 28 years. And I haven't been able to do anything. I have no real power. So if you want to know the truth, okay? And I'm just saying this because I think they're already onto me. I think I'm done. If you want to know the truth, you're gonna have to talk to Charlotte again, okay? She is not who she seems. And if this is the last time I get to say anything, then just know I didn't mean for any of this. I didn't mean for anything to happen, and I'm sorry for what I did. I don't know. Is Tahiti nice? That's where I'm going, okay? You go wherever you want. You do whatever you want. I'm just going to grab my bag full of gold and get out of here, okay? You do you. You do you. I'm done. I'm out.
Hey, do you have bad credit? No credit? Don't know what credit is? We will lend you money. Do you have a felony? Addicted to meth? Can you see visions of the future? Well, we will lend you money. Here at Legally Not Loans, what's ours is yours. Temporarily feel like a millionaire with our $100, $200, even $300 loan options. Do you speak giraffe? Were you born in the ocean? Did you eat your twin in the womb? Well, we will loan you money. And if you come down right now, I will straight up cut your interest in half. And no, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. The court said I'm not crazy. But come down and see me. I'll cut it in half. I will not let you pay a dime over 64% interest on any of your loans. That is down from 128%, if you can believe it. Because we will lend you money. Now, some guy came into here yesterday and he said, "Hey, Chip, no one will lend me money because I am a werewolf." And I said, "Hey, here that's okay because," say it with me, "we will lend you money." And before you think it, we're not loan sharks. We don't even have gills. And if you do, I will still lend you money. This special on loans ends in 15 minutes, so come down ASAN, as soon as now. How'd they find me? It's IRS.
You think you are so clever. Well, I can tell you that you're not the first person to know this, and you won't be the last. You know, my great-grandfather was in this town. He actually made it. He found it. And you know what? They refused to put in an airport. It's as simple as that. They refused. So my grandpapa, he took care of that plane. He wanted to let people know that if you don't want them to land here, then you don't want them to land safely. You know, I just like paying homage to him a little bit here and there. You know, I think that's why. I mean, when that plane crashed, he made a fortune. Apparently, they were transporting some very valuable cargo. And that gave me the idea that all of the things that I want are just if I am willing to take them. And no one's going to give them to me. I'm not going to wait for some man. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take what I deserve. And I hope you know that it's not personal. It's not personal. You're not going to make it out of here. I just need you to know that. You know, so it's a shame, really. I thought you were one handsome devil. And it's always a shame for me to take care of the pretty ones. I mean, I don't take care of them. That's messy work. I've got friends, as I'm sure you've talked to them, and they will be hearing from me, because we do not reveal our secret. As many times as it comes out, we just do not. Because this is a perfect town, and we keep it that way. And if you want to be a disruptor, like you have been, then we have no choice. I am but a simple person that just wants to live in a loving community, to have dogs that don't stay out after 8 p.m. Is that too much to ask? Yeah, my methods are not for everyone. But sometimes it takes that effort, and it takes you taking over your future and bringing it into your own hands. Which reminds me of my hand collection I've got in the bedroom. It's wild. So many hands. Anywho, I hope you have a wonderful 2 hours. Yeah, that's about how long you have left. And if you want to know, I am a Gemini. And I went toodaloo. I love myself. The Hayville Community Theater Collegiate Program proudly presents Rainforest Rain. Hey dude, what about right here? No, check it out. Alright, low angle, up at me, stars behind. I'll light up this tree with my phone. It's perfect. I mean, we've seen that before. And the last time we did a Starry Night pick, it didn't even break 6K likes. Yeah, right. Honestly, we're in the middle of the freaking rainforest right now. We gotta get something so above and beyond, so out of the ordinary, just straight out of left field, man. That's the only way we're gonna get out of here. That's what we came here for. Hey. Hey, Dan? Did you hear something? Nah, probably just an animal. Some weird rainforesty stuff. Hey! Did you hear that? That one I did hear. Hey! Ah! Dude, we're just travel influencers from the US. We're just here to take some pictures for our Instagram, that's all. You're from the United States? Yeah, California. I am also from the United States. My name is Windstream. Greg. Windstream is my forest name. I came down here about 10 years ago. I was in middle management in corporate America, and I decided to go for a walk in the forest. And 10 years later, here I am. I'm so glad to see you. Hey, what's that on your face?
It's blood. Sometimes I can scrape the rest of the meat off a carcass that a tiger leaves behind if I can get there before the vultures or the ants.
That's disgusting.
Man, you gotta do what you gotta do to survive, and honestly, you kinda grow a taste for it.
Sure. Okay, well, honestly, incredible story. I do wish you just weren't so ugly. Like, smaller nose, a lot less blood. It's a pretty big bummer for us, honestly. And I have no idea how our audience is going to feel about that dead look in your eyes. You're not giving us much of a choice here.
Guys, you have to help me get out of here. I'm so tired of picking the aphids out of my eyes at night, and scraping the carcass bones with my teeth, and saving my broken toenails for a collage. Will you please help me get out of this hellhole?
Yeah, we kind of like to do things on our own. Yeah, I mean, it's just like we're really independent, and we don't feel like our followership's really gonna dig your vibe. Well, thanks, man. We'll see you around. Good luck with that aphid thing or whatever. Okay.
I hope you guys get a lot of likes.
I can't tell you where I am right now. Because you would think for such a small town, they would not know as much as they do about technology. My editors were so confused as to how they were able to track me down multiple times. But this story has been released. We are releasing this story, and I will not back down. People need to know what's happening in Hayville. Just because you control everything doesn't mean it's right. And I got into this to expose people and to bring the truth out. And if that causes me to have to live here, then so be it. There's plenty of ways that I can report on things. But ultimately, that entire town is complicit in the travesties that they perpetuate, just in their culture. And that Charlotte woman scares me to death. She's insane. I want someone to do some research on her and her brain and just really dissect it and figure out what happened to her to make her that way. Is the end result worth it? I don't know. Most of them seem happy, seem fine. The mayor's in Tijuana, I think. That guy, man, he's a tool. Oh, well, I just want you guys to know that was the weirdest experience of my life. And I learned a lot of honestly techniques on how to become rich. I mean, I'm living in a 6-bedroom townhouse out here. All because of some money that some people weren't using, you know? It's like great thoughts. I mean, learn something new every day. That's my motto. So, learn how to be more lucrative, learn how to use your time to learn how to use a shovel, and then all of a sudden your hands are tough, and it's just so much better. Anyway, thanks for coming with me down this journey of Hayville. I hope you saw a little bit of a glimpse into human nature, and how greed and jealousy just envelops a person. Yeah. Anyway, I have a 4 o'clock pier time for my yacht. Long story. Get rich. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. I wish you all the best. Bye.
And that is the end.
Am I on?
We'll take you on to see Kyle to say thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for coming to this. It was my own little pet project, and I love all the support that I've gotten. And I apologize for the mix-up on links. I for some reason there were 2 Twitch channels, and I'm sorry for anyone that got into that. Seriously, thank you all. I love performing, and I love doing this stuff, and you all make it able to do so. That makes it more than just me doing it in the mirror to myself, because that's like a Tuesday, you know? It's just like, oh, Tuesday, talking to myself. But then, boom, do it on a Sunday, have people watch you do it, all of a sudden, it's kosher, it's cool. I don't know how that works. Anyway, we are having a little get-together, Zoom get-together, after-party thing for everyone. And Mike, I want to thank Mike for all of his hard work in running all the technical things. He is a great friend and hilarious improviser himself, and very grateful to have him in my corner. So please see the link in the chat that Michael placed there, and everyone is welcome to join our little Zoom after party and chat and talk and say things. So, thanks!